Hello people, welcome back to the Inventor SSP. This is episode 22, and I'm over here at the other side of my city the side that I don't really go too much. And I'm over here because I figured out I think I have chosen a fuel source for my super smelter design that I chose in the last episode. And the options were coal, charcoal, and blaze rods, and I think I'm going to stick with my charcoal design. And so I've designed a factory. It's a very big factory, and it has another tree farm inside. It's the same design of a dark oak tree farm that I built in one of my previous episodes. So it's just another one of those hooked up to a charcoal making system, and so it'll just take the wood, make it into charcoal, refill itself, and then output the charcoal into shulker boxes out at the end. So I guess first I'll need to figure out what materials I need, so I'll do that right now. Alright, so using Limatica I can see the material list for the build, and so if I press M and L, there we go. So you can see this build is going to be very expensive. First of all, 85 stacks of bricks, 76 stacks of stone, and you can see all of these. Many different blocks. And alright, so first of all, I need to clear out some room, because you might notice this area is kind of hilly, and I need to just get rid of all the blocks that are in the way, like some of these trees and a bit of the land over there. I'm going to be building in this area. So, alright, here we go. Alright, so now that that's done, I can actually begin to start collecting resources for the build itself, which, as I already showed, it is really expensive, but I guess I'll start to go get those things. I'll probably have to go trading with the villagers for all the bricks. Hopefully I have enough stone. If I don't, I might actually have to go mining for it. Maybe I could just make a quick little stone farm. But, alright, so I'm gonna go get some resources. Oh yeah, really quickly, one thing that I just noticed on my to-do list is I've actually done that. Finished the dark oak tree farm, so I've made that, so I can actually get rid of that. And that means that I'll actually get to add something this episode. Or, accidentally typed. Alright, so I'll add something this episode towards the end. Alright, yeah, so I just wanted to mention that, and as I scan here, I don't think there's anything else. But, alright, so I guess I'll get back to getting resources for this giant build. Alright, so first thing up on the list is 85 stacks of bricks. So I'll get a few of my emeralds out and craft them all into normal emeralds, and now we'll start trading for these bricks. Alright, so I got all the bricks, and I've got some other materials, and I've dropped them all off at the building site, and now I'm working on getting some gray concrete. I'm over here at my concrete duplicator, and everything's being duplicated, and then it all goes over here into the blast chamber. And I went in more depth about this on one of my other episodes, and this area is just kind of cool to watch, seeing all the falling concrete get bounced around. Then it all just gets bounced right into this area where it gets converted into normal concrete. Then it goes over here and gets exploded, and everything that gets exploded falls down here up this water elevator, and then it gets sorted. So I need like around 10 stacks. So I've got like, what is that, a few stacks there. I think I already have enough. I'll just stay here for a bit longer because gray concrete is one of my common materials that I use. But yeah, so I'll just AFK here for a bit and get a bunch of this. Alright, so I've been gathering resources for a while, and here you can see some of the shulker boxes. Lots of resources have been gathered, even more than what I have in my inventory. Lots of it is at the build site. But the next thing that I'm missing is a stack and 40 redstone blocks. But the thing is, I have none, and this redstone isn't enough to make all that. So I need to go AFK at my new witch farm that I built in my recent episode, so I'll go show how I'll turn that on. So first of all, I'll go to the nether hub, and then I head over to this new nether tunnel, get in my boat, and this one goes to the spawn chunks where my mob switch is. The mob switch is what keeps any hostile mobs from spawning in my world. So right now it's active, which means no mobs will be no hostile mobs like zombies or creepers spawn in my world, and that's it. But then if I go over here and just flick this lever, it'll switch over, and now once all the mobs are moved over, then things like creepers and witches will start to spawn in my world again. And so now because that is done, I can go back over into the nether, get my boat again because I'll need it. Alright, now there's this 1,700 block long nether tunnel, so I'll just go down here. I'll look out the side so you can kind of see the views of the nether. Oh, there's the portal. Alright, so now that I'm at the witch farm, I can go into this portal. And now I am in the perimeter. And so there's the 2 witch farms, and you can see witches are already spawning. But right now I need to turn the farm fully on by flicking that lever. I missed it there. Now I can flick that lever. Yep, now that farm is on. And now I need to go over to this farm and flick that lever. And now if I stand right on these blocks, if I turn on free camera, you should be able to see witches will be spawning and falling down. Now, one thing that I mentioned in one of my previous episodes was some mobs, especially during the night, they spawn on these stone blocks that are exposed, and also slimes in slime chunks. If I turn mini HUD on, there you go. There are some slimes and mobs that spawn. But one way that I could fix that, if I turn on this sphere, you can see there's kind of a circle of bedrock, and I could put sea lanterns on top of all that, and then carpets on top of that, and then that would solve that problem, and then nothing would be spawning. But for now, I just need to AFK here long enough to just get the redstone for now. Alright, so after AFKing it for a few hours, I've gotten a full shoulder box of redstone dust, so now I can go craft that into the blocks I need and head back to getting everything else that I need for this project. Alright, so next up on the list was 22 tall grass, but shears for some reason don't work on tall grass and they just give you 2 normal grass. And my netherite hoe has fortune 3 on it, so I think there's only one solution here, and that's to make a second netherite hoe with silk touch. So, oh look, convenient netherite ingot that I already have, 2 diamonds, need some sticks, and no, I don't need the gold. Alright, diamond hoe. Then I don't have a smithing table, so I will get some iron from there. I don't have any planks, there we go. And then I can just make a smithing table, upgrade that to netherite, and now I need a silk touch book. And if my calculations are correct, I can just get a book from here, take out 1 emerald from this shulker box, fly up over here, over to my library, where I keep all my librarian villagers. And I should have silk touch somewhere here. Yep, right here. Look at that, convenient silk touch for 1 emerald. Alright, so now that I have this netherite hoe, I should be able to apply silk touch to it, and I already have 89 levels, so that should be enough. And here we go. Alright, there we go. 2 netherite hoes. Now hopefully this will work, because if it doesn't, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have 2 netherite hoes, one with fortune and one with silk touch. Now I still need to get like efficiency and mending and unbreaking, but I just want to test this first. Is there no tall grass? Here we go. Please. What? Did it not work? It didn't work. Okay, so I just made a second netherite hoe for nothing. Is there a way to craft tall grass? Let's see. No. Alright, well, I'll be right back. I'm gonna figure out how to do this. Alright, so it seems that you can't actually obtain tall grass in survival, and you have to just use bone meal, and hopefully you'll get bone meal to grow the tall grass where you want it to. And also, if you didn't notice, there's a sneak peek of the build that I'm going to be making, and I'm not, you can't really see it too well because of all the blue, but you'll only get to see the finished version once it's all done, so I'm going to turn that off so you can't see it right now. And that's all you're going to be able to get to see until it's all done. So I guess I can't collect the tall grass, but next thing, 20 obsidian. Alright, yeah, so I'm getting down into the lower numbers of items. Actually, wait, no, I think there's still some stuff above that. Oh yeah, 67 oak signs, alright. Oh yeah, and I also just wanted to mention what, if you're wondering what this large build was, it was actually I was planning to have my main storage as this, and it was just going to be normal item sorters and just lots of them like that. But I don't know, I just kind of didn't have enough bricks or any materials for it. I tried to do it too early, so I kind of gave up on it. Maybe I'll finish it sometime, but now is not that time, so I'll have to do that some other time, I guess. Alright, so I've collected all the resources, and now let's get into building the entire factory. So I'll make a time lapse, and here we go. So, wow, that was a very large build. It was around 24,000 blocks placed, I'm pretty sure. And I really like the design of it. I really like how there's kind of andesite and stone as a base, and then bricks as the top, and of course the charcoal to show what it is. And this storage can hold about 14 million items, because instead of just having the charcoal go straight into the chest, I'm going to have shulker boxes that will fill up the chests. So shulker boxes will get filled with charcoal, then those will fill up these chests. And if I go up here, I can go up to the actual farm. So there's a little balcony area up here. You can just see out over the port area. And there's this 4x2 door, simple redstone. And then this is the actual farm. So it's the same dark oak tree farm that I designed, or not that I designed, it's not my design, but I will put the link in the description to the design of it. Well, this is the same one that I built in a previous episode, but this time the output is just hooked up to straight into the charcoal generator. And I also made a video on my YouTube channel on this charcoal generator design, and I don't really have too much bone meal, so I'm not going to use it right now. And I also need to fuel the furnaces with charcoal, at least one in each one, before I run it. And also, another thing that I really like is, well, first of all, I also wanted to mention is, I can't actually bone meal grass, or I can't bone meal dirt or coarse dirt, coarse dirt, I can't say that. It doesn't work, so I just had to stick with the normal grass. I didn't get to use any tall grass, but I guess that's alright. One thing that's kind of cool about these chests is they're actually functional. I can input empty shulker boxes into the shulker box loader here with that chest, and then here I believe sticks will be sorted. They'll be put into all these chests and barrels, and over here I believe saplings will be sorted, being put into all these chests and barrels. And then there's a little forklift here, just to kind of move everything around. Doesn't really look too much like a forklift, but it's as best as I could do. And then there's kind of a few staircases on the back with some more just chests. These ones don't do anything, and I can fly out here just to show a better view of the back of this build. And then I also added some trucks with oak logs, because we're making charcoal by smelting these oak logs. And I saw this idea in one of Corralis's videos on Hermitcraft. He used beds as a light on his vehicles, so I kind of like that idea. Item frame with a bed and a sign. So I use that, and a bit more grass because it's just kind of growing through the ground, because that's what happens. So yeah, just a few trucks, more windows. All the windows just have stone behind them because there's nothing really inside. And around the front here, there's just this kind of big area. And I also really like these smokestacks because they've got campfires so that there's actually smoke. And there's hay bales under them so that the smoke goes a lot higher. And the main thing that I was trying to focus on when designing this was I wanted it to look different from every side. So this is kind of the front of it. Best place to look at it from. And then looking at the back, it's completely different. And I also have an eye for Inventor, as I've used that previously also. And I just really wanted it to be different all around, so I did that. And it took me a while to design, it took me a while to build, but I think it was worth it. And so I guess now, well, I'm not sure what to do now, but I guess I can head over to my main storage. Oh yeah, and also, if you were wondering what this little contraption is just a simple flower farm. Now, how do I get it to activate? Just, what's activating that? Okay. Well, oh, there's a lever here. Yeah. So if I unactivate that, then I update the pistons. You can see that it starts to shift back and forth, and then I just bone meal, and then it breaks all the flowers and grass that'll grow. Oh yeah, I have to turn it off by powering that. And then I just pick up everything. Just really simple. I do want to upgrade the flower farm because this is a flower forest and there's lots of space to make a better flower farm. But now I guess I need to get to work on making a design for a smelter, but I'm just really happy with this design of a like factory. And I know the time lapse might have seemed really long, but that's because it took a while to build it. It was like an entire day's worth of building. But I guess now I'm going to head over to my main storage, and since I was able to clear off one of the things from the to-do list, I can add something back now. Yep, there's an empty space. So, what I believe I haven't said here yet is flower farm. I guess I want to eventually have one for every type of flower so that I can get everything. And I guess that'll... Well, I guess the last thing that I want to ask of you is, what did you think of this video? I really appreciate feedback. It helps me out, and I like to know how I could improve my videos. And remember to leave a like to promote the video in the algorithm so more people can see these, because I put a lot of time into them, and it'd be really cool if you could just hit the like button, and also hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, because I try to upload as much as I can, and as I said, I put a lot of time into these videos, so if you could do that, it'd be very appreciated. So, with that, have a good day. Goodbye.